Do you know what hypertension is and how it affects millions around the world? Now let's dive into the world of hypertension. In layman's terms, hypertension, also known as high blood pressure, is a chronic medical condition where the pressure in a person's arteries is persistently elevated. This can lead to numerous health complications if left unmanaged. To give you an idea of its prevalence, imagine a crowd of 1 adults. Out of these, approximately 20 to 25 would have hypertension, with half of them unaware of their condition. By the time we reach the age of 60, about half of us could be hypertensive. This makes hypertension one of the leading risk factors associated with death, and a major contributor to severe health conditions such as coronary artery disease, heart failure, stroke, kidney failure, and peripheral vascular disease. Understanding hypertension is the first step to managing it effectively. Please subscribe now to join our community. Please give a thumb up to encourage us to bring more interesting, challenging, and high-quality videos to everyone. What exactly happens in your body when you have hypertension? Well, let's start with the basics. Your heart pumps blood around your body through a network of tubing called arteries and veins, also known as your circulatory system. The force that your heart uses to pump this blood is what we call blood pressure. Imagine your circulatory system as a garden hose. When you turn on the tap, water pushes through the hose. The more you open the tap, the higher the pressure. In your body, when your heart beats, it creates pressure that pushes blood through your arteries and veins. This is a completely normal process that keeps us alive. But when you have hypertension, also known as high blood pressure, this process changes. It's like the tap being turned on too high. The pressure in the hose becomes too strong, potentially causing damage. In the body, the pressure in the arteries becomes too high, causing the heart to work harder to pump blood. In medical terms, you are diagnosed with hypertension if your blood pressure is consistently at or above 140 over 90 millimeters of mercury. The first number, the systolic pressure, represents the force your heart exerts when beating, and the second number, the diastolic pressure, is the force when your heart is at rest between beats. There are different types of hypertension. For instance, isolated systolic hypertension is when only the first number is high. This usually begins around the 5th decade of life and is associated with a reduction in vascular compliance, which means the arteries become less flexible. In more severe cases, you might hear terms like accelerated or malignant hypertension. These are characterized by significant recent increases in blood pressure, often accompanied by evidence of vascular damage. Hypertension often doesn't show any symptoms, earning it the ominous title of the silent killer. It's a serious condition because over time, the high pressure can damage the walls of your arteries, leading to health problems like heart disease and stroke. Now that we understand the science behind hypertension, let's delve into the factors that can lead to this condition. Ever wondered why some people have hypertension while others don't? Well, it's not as simple as one might think. Hypertension, also known as high blood pressure, can be influenced by a myriad of factors, from genetics to lifestyle choices. Let's start with the most common cause, essential or primary hypertension, accounting for more than 90% of all cases. Despite extensive research, the exact cause of essential hypertension remains a mystery. However, it's believed to be a combination of genetic factors and environmental influences. Genetics certainly play a role. If your parents or grandparents had hypertension, you're more likely to develop it too. But it's not just about genes, it's also about behavior. Lifestyle choices can significantly affect your risk. For instance, obesity, particularly abdominal obesity, is a significant risk factor. It's not just about the number on the scale, but where your body stores that extra weight. Alcohol consumption can also contribute to hypertension. While moderate drinking might not have a significant effect, heavy or regular alcohol use can raise your blood pressure and also damage your heart. Stress, too, can be a culprit. Chronic stress or poor stress management can lead to behaviors that increase your risk of hypertension, like excessive eating, alcohol use, or neglecting healthy habits like exercise. Speaking of exercise, a sedentary lifestyle is another risk factor. Regular physical activity helps to control weight and lower blood pressure. Smoking, too, can raise your blood pressure and damage your heart, increasing your risk of hypertension. Gender and age also play a role. Men are more likely to develop hypertension at a younger age, while women's risk increases after menopause. Diet can be a significant factor, especially a diet high in salt or unhealthy fats. Certain racial or ethnic groups like African Americans are also at a higher risk. Finally, Conditions like dyslipidemia or abnormal lipid levels in the blood can also contribute to hypertension. Hypertension can be influenced by numerous factors, but the good news is many of these are within our control. By understanding these risks, we can make choices that help us maintain healthy blood pressure and reduce our risk of hypertension. So, what can you do if you have hypertension or want to avoid it? Firstly, let's take a look at lifestyle modifications. Adopting a healthy lifestyle is crucial for managing hypertension. This can involve a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and low-fat dairy products. Reducing your intake of saturated and total fat can also be beneficial. Regular physical activity, at least 30 minutes most days of the week, can lower your blood pressure by about 5 to 8 mmHg. This could involve walking, jogging, cycling, swimming, or dancing. It's important to find an activity you enjoy, so it becomes a regular part of your routine. Reducing your sodium intake can have a significant impact on your blood pressure. Aim to limit your sodium to less than 2,300 milligrams a day, or even less if possible. Reading food labels and choosing low-sodium alternatives can help achieve this goal. Limiting alcohol intake and avoiding tobacco products are also essential. While moderate amounts of alcohol can potentially lower your blood pressure, too much can have the opposite effect. Smoking can raise your blood pressure and damage the lining of your arteries, which can cause them to narrow and increase your risk of heart disease. Then there's stress. Chronic stress may contribute to high blood pressure. More research is needed to determine the effects of chronic stress on blood pressure, but taking measures to reduce your stress levels can improve your overall health. Now let's talk about medication. If lifestyle changes aren't enough, or if you have other risk factors, your doctor may recommend medication. There are various types of medication available, each with their own benefits and potential side effects. It's important to have regular checkups with your doctor to monitor your blood pressure and adjust your treatment if necessary. Lastly, self-monitoring and regular checkups are vital. Home blood pressure monitoring can help you keep closer tabs on your blood pressure, show if medication is working, and even alert you to possible health complications. By understanding and managing hypertension, you're taking a crucial step towards maintaining your health. Hypertension might be a common condition, but that doesn't mean it's not serious. As we've explored today, this silent killer can have significant impacts on our health if left unchecked. From the science behind it, to the causes and risk factors, and finally, effective management strategies, the importance of understanding and tackling hypertension cannot be overstated. If you're concerned about your blood pressure, don't hesitate to seek professional medical advice. Remember, when it comes to your health, knowledge is power. Stay informed, stay healthy.